Ready to swing?
Yes, let's go! This is so fun!
I love this.
I can't take this anymore. It's just too much. I need a break.
The time for hesitation is over. We must decide. I understand, but once we do this, there's no going back. I know. We are committed.
You will do exactly as I say, or you'll regret it.
I understand. I will.
I can't sleep. I keep thinking about what you said.
What about it?
I can't stop thinking about it.
We'll talk.
Episode 39 begins with a dark, intense scene. It is nighttime, and Ateş, Mecran, and Sabri are hiding inside an old warehouse. The events of the previous night have clearly left their mark on all of them. Sabri is injured, and Mecran is carefully wrapping a bandage around his arm. Sabri slowly says, Aziz is not just one man. There's an entire network behind him. Ateş stands silently near the window, looking out at the city lights. Aziz's words keep echoing in his mind. You are not fighting the system. You are fighting the owners of the system. Mecran walks toward Ateş. So what do we do now? She asks. Ateş replies calmly. Now we attack. Sabri looks at him in surprise. Ateş spreads a map across the table. Several locations on the map are marked with red circles. These are Aziz's operation centers. Ateş explains. Sabri slowly points at the map. The port, the warehouse, and the private bank. Mecran immediately understands what Ateş is planning. You want to strike all of them at the same time? She asks. Ateş's expression becomes serious. Aziz thinks he's safe in the shadows, but now every secret of his empire will come to light. At that moment, Sabri reveals something even more shocking. There's one more place, the one Aziz protects the most. Ateş quickly turns toward him. Where? Sabri quietly says a single name. Black Harbor. For a moment, the entire room falls silent, because this is the place from where the entire illegal network is controlled. A new determination appears in Ateş's eyes. Then that's where we go, he says. The camera slowly zooms in on Ateş's face. Because in episode 39, Ateş is about to launch his first direct attack on Aziz's empire. Fire. The warehouse remains quiet after Sabri reveals the name Black Harbor. The tension in the room grows heavier because everyone understands how dangerous that place is. Ateş studies the map carefully. His eyes move across every marked location as if he is already imagining the battle that is about to begin. Sabri slowly sits up, still in pain. Black Harbor is not just a port, he explains. It's the heart of Aziz's entire operation. Mecran crosses her arms and looks at the map. What exactly happens there? She asks. Sabri takes a deep breath before answering. Illegal shipments, money transfers, secret meetings with powerful people. Everything passes through that place. Ateş nods slowly. The more he hears, the more he understands how powerful Aziz's empire really is. If we shut down Black Harbor, Ateş says, the entire network will collapse. Mecran looks uncertain. But Aziz will be expecting us, she replies. Ateş gives a small smile. That's why we won't attack the way he expects. He takes a pen and circles a different area near the harbor. There's an old security tunnel here, Ateş explains. It was built years ago for emergency evacuations. Sabri looks surprised. You know about that tunnel? Ateş nods. I used to work on a case involving this port years ago. Suddenly, the entire plan begins to take shape. Mecran realizes what Ateş is planning. You want to enter the harbor through the tunnel and reach the control center from inside. Ateş looks at both of them seriously. Yes. Once we reach the control room, we can expose every transaction and every secret account Aziz has. Sabri shakes his head slightly. It won't be easy. Black Harbor is guarded by dozens of men. Ateş replies calmly. Then we just have to be smarter than them. At that moment, Mecran's phone suddenly vibrates. She checks the message, and her expression immediately changes. What is it? Ateş asks. Mecran slowly raises her eyes. It's about Aziz. Ateş steps closer. What happened? Night falls as Ateş, Mecran, and Sabri move toward the coast where Black Harbor is located. The place looks quiet from a distance, but everyone knows that inside the harbor heavy security is waiting. A cold wind blows across the dark sea, while cargo ships stand silently at the docks. Large containers are stacked everywhere, creating a maze of steel and shadows. Ateş, Mecran, and Sabri stop near an old abandoned warehouse close to the harbor entrance. Sabri points toward a rusted metal gate hidden behind broken crates. "That's the entrance to the old security tunnel," he whispers. Ateş slowly pushes the gate open. It creaks quietly, revealing a narrow underground passage that disappears into darkness. Mecran turns on a small flashlight. "If Aziz knows we're coming, this could be another trap," she says cautiously. Ateş looks straight ahead into the tunnel. "Maybe, but it's the only way in." Without wasting another second, the three of them move inside the tunnel. Their footsteps echo softly as they walk deeper underground. After several minutes, the tunnel begins to slope upward. They can now hear distant voices and the sound of machinery coming from above. Sabri carefully checks the small metal ladder that leads up to a maintenance hatch. "This leads directly into the inner harbor," he says. Ateş slowly opens the hatch just enough to look outside. Through the small opening, he sees guards patrolling between the containers and several trucks being loaded with mysterious cargo. Mecran whispers, "Looks like they're preparing to move something big." Ateş watches carefully for a moment before speaking. There, the control building. At the center of the harbor stands a heavily guarded building filled with lights. That is where all the operations are controlled. "If we reach that building, we can expose everything," Ateş says. Sabri nods nervously. "But Aziz could be there too." Ateş's eyes become sharper. "Good, because tonight I want to face him." Just as they prepare, the black car, doors slowly opens in the middle of Black Harbor. Guards immediately form a line around the vehicle as the man inside steps out. Through the small opening of the tunnel hatch, Ateş watches carefully. A tall figure walks forward with complete confidence. It is Aziz. The moment he arrives, the guards straighten up as if the real power of the harbor has just entered the scene. Mecran whispers quietly, "So he came himself." Sabri looks worried. That means something very important is happening tonight. Above them, Aziz slowly walks toward the control building. Several men follow him while others continue loading large containers onto trucks. Ateş quietly closes the hatch and turns toward Mecran and Sabri. "This is our chance," he says. Mecran looks surprised. "You want to move now?" Ateş nods. "If Aziz is here, the control room will be busy. Security will be focused on him, not the tunnels." Sabri takes a deep breath and prepares himself. "Then let's finish this." The three of them quietly climb the ladder and step out of the tunnel into the shadows behind a row of containers. The harbor is filled with noise from engines and cranes moving heavy cargo. Using the containers as cover, Ateş leads the way toward the control building.